Good morning, everyone. We all know that right now, across the state, thousands upon thousands of families are juggling the competing challenges of working remotely, trying to keep the household afloat, and in many cases, homeschooling. I want to say a few words this morning to the families who are homeschooling, particularly primary school aged children. It goes without saying that children are every bit feeling the restrictions that we're all working under as much as us adults. But children will all express stress differently, and they'll very often express it indirectly. Some children will act out, some will become clingy and very dependent, others will withdraw. I think it's reasonable, if there's any kind of change in behaviour in your school-aged children at this time, to assume that it's actually a statement of distress and take the opportunity to find out what's causing that distress. Quite often, the things which are upsetting to our children are actually things that they've overheard, misunderstood or misinterpreted. It's really important to try and have these conversations and to validate their distress, to acknowledge the things that they're missing out on and that they may have lost as a consequence of the restrictions, but to do so in a way which is non-judgemental. It's important to be validating, to be optimistic, to be reassuring, and to be encouraging of what's going to happen for the future. These things are really difficult to do when you're juggling all the other things that we're juggling every day. And the conversations shouldn't be on the run. It's probably a good idea to have a regular conversation as a family, perhaps over a family meal, to discuss these things when you're less likely to be distracted by other things. And so it's not just talking, it's listening and giving a really good opportunity for the family to discuss these things. It's not easy for us to do these things day in and day out over a long period of time under these difficult circumstances, but it's really important. And this sort of conversation on a regular basis as a family helps manage and contain any distress within the family, and it also helps people feel connected and supported as a family. And it's very, very easy to feel disconnected at a time like this. And just a reminder that children pick up on the emotional environment that's around them. They very, very easily react to strong emotions that are happening in the house around them, and it's yet another reminder for us to be very deliberate and very mindful about how and when we express our reactions to the things that are happening to all of us. There are actually some very good resources which are available to help with this, and one which has been recently developed up through the National Mental Health Commission in collaboration with families and their children and a number of other online providers is called Chat Starter. It's a deliberate attempt to try and get families and their kids to start these kind of conversations, and links up to a lot of online resources to help with stress management, particularly for school-aged children. Finally, you are the most important resource for your children. These things that I'm talking about are challenging and they're difficult, and they have to happen day in and day out. It's really important to look after your own health, and if some of the things which I'm talking about prove challenging and difficult to sustain over time, talk to your friends and talk to your family about it. But above all, if you need to, look for advice, because it's out there, it's available online, by phone or in person. Thank you.